Alrighty, I'm Justin.
No, and I'm JP.
And we are from the Podcasting Dead. Normally we podcast about The Walking Dead, but if you follow us, you know, of course, we've started branching out a little bit. We're trying to delve into some comics.
We like to stick our fingers in a few different pies.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
I definitely thought you were going to say a few different holes. I was going to say JP.
Well, you know, that can be fun, too. That can be fun, too.
But, of course, as the name would suggest, The Podcasting Dead, it did originally start off just talking about The Walking Dead, but JP and myself follow a lot of different comic series, and we thought, hey, we discuss them on our own. Why not just record it? And so before we get into this, keep in mind, we said this last podcast, we are not experts by any means.
No.
Not claiming to be. We are just fans of different series, and we love talking about it online and then getting feedback from listeners and things like that. So that's all we are. So if you know more than we do, please throw it in the comments section. Correct us if we're wrong, because we want to find out as much about this story as the next reader. So anything we're missing or anything helpful or knowledgeable that you've got, share it with us. We love to talk these things with listeners. So without further ado, we're moving, of course, this podcast, we're talking about the Metal series from DC, a hot series right now.
Yeah, it is.
So hot, JP and I are like going back and trying to reach out and grab every tie-in that we can get.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite thing DC's done event-wise, probably since Blackest Night. Flashpoint was really good, too.
That's what I was, like, just knowing you, I was going to say since Flashpoint?
Yeah. It's definitely up there. Some of the best stuff they've done in quite a while.
Because we both have the Bats Out of Hell little mini-series that was kind of spanning the different titles. I think it went to, like, Flash, then Justice League, then Green Lantern, or Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, and then back to Justice League. But now there was one, the Gotham Resistance. I didn't get that originally, and I wish I would have. So now we're both trying to go back and collect the tie-ins. Yeah. But you've got some tie-ins that I didn't see in the checklist, like I was telling you off, Mike, like the Wild Hunt?
Right, yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
I keep thinking
check that out.
Craven's Last Hunt, but
that would be wild if he were to pop up.
Yeah. It's like, man, I love it when the universes cross over. But no, it's the Wild Hunt. I didn't see that on the checklist, but I mean, I see that that's supposed to somehow connect. I was reading up on it. It seems like it's going to show us some heroes we haven't seen yet. And yada yada yada. And you see a lot of previews in these magazines where it's like from the page, or in these comics where it's like from the pages of Metal. Yeah. And it'll have different series. Are you going to pick up any of those?
If I come across them, I might.
Because I don't think they're like vital to the story, I guess, as some of the others. They're just kind of like showing maybe what some unknown heroes are doing while all of this is happening, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the beauty of the crossover. You never know where they're going to take it.
And getting to the main series, I'm going to tell you the one thing that I like about Metal is, like, you can never believe anything you're seeing. Like, it's all kind of like the theme, I feel, of Metal is that nothing is as it seems.
Yeah, it's very, like, Elseworld-ish. Yeah. I mean, just, all these variations of stuff, going horribly wrong in Batman's life and in his world. And
then you look at, like, the Batman Who Laughs, because we keep calling it the Man Who Laughs, but I don't know if that's actually what it's, like, called, because that's actually, like, an old black and white movie. I think this was like the Batman Who Laughs. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, that's what they titled this one. I think they had been referring to him as the Man Who Laughs.
The man or the one, something like that, yeah. And so the Man That Laughs, or the Batman That Laughs. So I love that we reread this whole issue. Obviously, spoiler warnings. If you've not read that yet, then I would advise you. That came out yesterday, so if you haven't read it, I would advise
hit pause,
you just
read it, and come back, and we'll talk together.
Great read. The whole it's just, I don't know, man. This is one of my favorites. I think the Red Death and the Cyborg are still two of my tops.
Yeah, those were haunting, man. But this one was definitely just Batman just cutting loose. I mean, just going totally evil and doing some. He went totally evil in the other ones too, but. This one, man, he's Batman being Batman and doing some naughty things.
It kind of reminds me, I know it's a little different, but it's kind of like the ending of one of the Arkham games where the Joker, you kill him, and like the Joker, Batman starts slowly becoming the Joker. I think that's one of like the alternate endings, or it might be the main ending. I didn't play that one. I just remember somebody was telling me about it. Yeah. But, it's like the Joker wins after all. I mean, this is like, it's insane. The way he took out his Robins and Batgirl.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, just what the Joker was doing to a Gotham City leading up to Batman killing him, man. Just parading family after family and killing them like Bruce's family got killed in Crime Alley, man.
Yeah.
Shit was wild.
And then it's crazy. Like, it's like that all the Joker needed is like you had Joker's insanity with Batman's skills, and what a deadly combination that ended up being.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, go ahead.
So it was like a toxin, like deep in the Joker's heart, that
Mm-hmm.
upon killing him, just released, and oh, mamma mia!
And it just affected Batman being so close. It's like he should have like
he just breathed it right in.
should like snapped his neck and ran away real quick. But who would guess? You know that.
Yeah.
And it's like I told you, what I'm liking is that like this is kind of going the way that I thought the White Knight was going to go. Which if you haven't picked that up, that's a great series. We're only 2 in, but I really have high expectations for it because the first 2 issues have been fantastic. I think it's like a 7-8 issue series, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
It's a good series. It's not too late. Go to your local comic shop, see if they have some back issues, and get 1 and 2. They're great. But see, like I thought, basically the premise on that is that the Batman finally snaps and just goes brutal on the Joker, kind of like in this. And but he doesn't kill him, and the Joker's cured of his insanity, and he becomes a hero, and Batman becomes the villain. But really, it's not quite as cut and dry as it seems. It's a little bit of manipulation and really good series. But so the man who laughs is kind of going the direction I thought that was going. You know what I mean? Where it's straight up Batman full on becomes the Joker, whereas in this other series, I don't know that Batman's straight up becoming the Joker as much as he's just being villainized by the Joker, if that makes any sense. So it was really, really cool. But did you finish the Bats Out of Hell?
I did.
You did finish
indeed,
that?
Yeah.
Hey, that really is what I was thinking about when I was talking about how deceitful this series is. Like Cyborg comes back and he's got this new body. And
Oh yeah.
they think that they think that now they're ready to rally and do this thing, and really they're just playing right along with exactly what Barbados and the Man Who Laughs wanted.
Yeah, so like he said, they're like spreading his darkness throughout the universe or whatever. I was like, what are you talking about? But I guess I don't know. I guess he's got some residual like dark energy attached to him. I don't know what's going on, but
I mean, it just every time, and I do like that. It's really because this is going to be one of those crucial series. The ending is going to be everything because the way they wrap this up is it's going to be hard because there's so much going wrong right now. I mean, every time you think there's a glimmer of hope for these heroes in this series and all of the tie-ins, there's not.
Yeah.
or they're just playing right into like what was supposed to happen anyways. I mean, like with what was it, Superman going to save Batman? Like that's exactly what they wanted, and not only just to get him there, but to use him to power this darkness spreading machine or whatnot.
Oh man, speaking about Superman, dude, just like after Batman's initially infected in the Batman Who Laughs, and like Superman's telling him about the kids who've been infected with the Joker toxin and how like he's gonna be like giving them therapy because the psychiatrist they sent in, like they tried to like bite their jugulars out, and Batman starts giggling, and like, could you have picked up that maybe something was a little wrong, like right then and there? Like
that was so well written. I love that.
Man,
I just love how he starts like kind of like giggling to himself, like, "Oh man, that's funny." They tried to bite the throats out.
Yeah, and he even says, "Oh, excuse me, that's not funny. That's not funny." And like Superman can't pick up that. Something's a little off here.
And then he kills Superman's family.
Oh, yeah, well, he makes Superman kill his own family.
Yeah, makes him kill his own family, yeah.
Oh, man, and he's like bleeding from the eyes. I was just, oh, man. Superman should have just, whatever last bit of strength, he should have just rocketed it right through Batman, man.
Right.
Cut him in half, but apparently he ripped Lois and Lil Jon apart. Lil Jon. What? Yeah.
What are you doing, Dad? Yeah. But yeah, should have like Jokered him from Injustice, just like put his fist through it, put his hand right through his chest. Because, I mean, that's like the second time that, because in Injustice, didn't he make Superman accidentally, did the Joker kill Lois, or did he trick Superman into killing Lois?
I haven't read that, but from what I understand, the Joker kills Lois, and then so Superman kills the Joker. I could be, like I said, I haven't read that.
So that would have been iconic if like that was the same thing that happened in because I didn't really follow. I got one issue of like Injustice 2. Just because it was there, but I quickly realized upon reading it, I was like, okay, this is something I'm clearly out of my league. Like I haven't read the last few years of this, so I'm completely lost as to why Harley Quinn and Batman are on the same team and Superman's the bad guy. And yada. I heard they're good games though, but but yeah. So and nothing is as it seems in Metal.
No.
And this is actually to answer the question we were asking last time, where we're like, is this going to somehow like lead into Doomsday Clock, which we're so freaking excited for?
Yeah.
I guess the answer is kind of no, unless because
I think
this
they're going to overlap, right? Because this is going to run through February, and what Doomsday Clock does
starts this month.
I
think the 22nd, maybe. So like next week.
Oh, man.
I think maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think that Doomsday Clock comes out. I know it's this month. It might be the 22nd.
That would be a beautiful thing.
I'm pretty excited for it. But so no, I guess they're not going to run. These will just be two separate stories that happen at different times. So yeah, it's either the 22nd or the 29th. I think it's the 22nd. We'll check on that. If you know, pop that in the comments below and enlighten us. But yeah, so where do you think it's heading? Like, how do you think all of this is going to wrap up? Do you have any predictions on how they'll? I mean, because it really is kind of like with Civil War 2 and moving over to Marvel. It's like I really thought the way they wrapped that up kind of sucked.
Yeah,
and,
I really want to see Steve Rogers. Just kind of like both personalities flooding the same body, and
talking about like Secret War and just like. Not Secret War, Secret Empire.
Yeah.
I thought that the way Marvel wrapped that and the Civil War 2 up was just kind of like all this build up.
Yeah,
and then
it was a really solid series up until then. But getting back to the Batman Who Laughs, dude. This might have been like the grimmest for me. Just
just dark.
Yeah, dude.
I've really enjoyed these one shots. Like,
they've been
really enjoyed these, man. Like I said, the Red Death's probably my favorite. I don't know if it's because it was the first one to come out or what, but I just loved it. Like, I love that, like, up until the point where he kind of, because he didn't necessarily kill the Flash. He kind of, like, merged with the Flash because the Flash is in his head.
Yeah.
I guess maybe with, like, the Speed Force. But, like, I just loved that up to that point. He was, like, trying to convince the Flash to give him the powers and not necessarily kill him. And, I mean, it was just the way he kills Scarecrow, and it just, it was awesome. And then, like you said, the second one with Cyborg. What was that one? The Death Machine?
Or Murder Machine.
Murder Machine.
Yeah,
I always want to call it the Death Machine. It's Murder Machine.
That one was haunting, too.
That one was crazy. Like he's holding his head at the end. But yeah, so how do you see them wrapping this up?
Well, I think Batman's going to have to... No one can, take down the Batman Who Laughs, but our Batman.
Yeah. And Barbados is kind of like the Batman god, it seems. Like,
I'm curious as to what his origin is exactly.
I wonder if we're going to get something on him.
I mean, maybe he's like the Golden Age Batman. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, what was some things? It was a few little things, but some things that we didn't get. You said after we were talking about Batman Lost,
right?
And you were saying that after going back and like kind of digging through some of your archives and things like that, there were a few things that we didn't realize.
Yeah. Well, I knew that just the chemical capers flashback. I knew that had to be a throwback to the Golden Age. Just the purple gloves and the style of the costume, but I didn't realize the chemical capers is actually, the story from Detective 27, like the very first appearance of Batman and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool, looking back and researching that a little bit. I wish I had that issue in my archives. Good grief.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Of Batman.
It's worth a couple million, I believe.
Oh, man, I would totally do some like Thomas Crown Affair type stuff. Just, like oh, man.
Have like the Mission Impossible theme as you're like lowering down
man.
to grab it out of someone's house.
That would be beautiful.
Yep. But so I don't know. Like, do you think it'll be like a reset? I mean, like, because Batman really kind of didn't really up and done it. He's done it before, but I mean, like, this is kind of like he's throwing the whole universe out of whack by keeping his secrets. And
yeah, I don't.
Do you think he was wrong for not going to the Justice League? And do you think that his secrecy? Because we always find out that even though he's being kind of shady in secret, it's kind of for the greater good. I mean,
it usually works out, but not so much this time. No, I mean, and the Batman Who Laughs, I mean, he's been murdering, the Justice League for like Earth to Earth to Earth to Earth, just traversing the dark multiverse, just practicing.
Right. And there's, what did they say? There's
52 Earths in our multiverse, yeah.
And it's crazy. So they've just been, I wonder, do you think that maybe the way it'll wrap up is that they'll speak to the part of Bruce Wayne that's still in these Dark Knights and convince them to all unite against Barbados? Do you think could you see it going that way?
I could see that, like with the other. I don't see that happening with the Batman Who Laughs, but the other ones are basically doing this to like get their world, to like save their world, apparently get their family back and all that. Which I don't think the Batman Who Laughs cares, because he straight up gunned down his family.
It's just straight up madness for him.
Yeah, I mean, besides Damian, who he turned into a little goblin Joker creature.
Yeah.
But
those things are terrifying.
Yeah, man, that was wild. He just turns around and lets loose on Nightwing and Jason Todd and Batgirl and all of them.
Yeah.
Just like guns them down, two machine guns. Yikes.
Batman using guns.
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne? But yeah, so I don't know, man. I think I could see that happening. Seeing a lot of the Dark Knights uniting. Maybe there's something that will. I don't know, something that'll speak to them or something, and they'll unite against the Batman Who Laughs and Barbados. And I don't know, man. It's a lot of cards on the table here. I mean, it's a big.
Yeah.
Like you said, it might lead us right out of Rebirth, or actually, you know what? No, Doomsday Clock will probably lead us out of Rebirth, if anything, because I mean, it kind of started with the button. And all of that, and now we're getting back around. I got a sweet poster too. For
look at
Doomsday
you.
Clock. Oh
Nice.
man, and you do too. Don't play like you don't.
Oh,
You've got a rad Doomsday. You got the awesome one. Mine's cool, but yours is awesome. Every time I walk into your library, I'm gonna be jealous.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
So, we just are kind of touching up on, we just kind of want to come in like every time we read a new addition to the Metal story and just discuss what we've seen and contemplate where things are going, or maybe pick up on things that we didn't think of.
It's cool to see the Justice League is reunited, even though they're probably working against their own.
Everything they're doing is like I said, it's
playing right into his hands. Yeah,
this is a deceitful series, man, because every time you think there's a glimmer of hope, it's not. It's just part of the big plan.
Very dark and twisty and turny, that's for sure.
My favorite.
Yeah.
Speaking of dark, twisty, and turny, if you haven't read, not DC either, and moving to Image Comics, if you haven't picked up the Black Monday Murders, check those out. Like, I got into it late. I had been eyeballing them for about 2 months in the comic shop, and they were on issue, like, I think 5 or 6 or something. And I was like, I had kind of flipped through and was like, man, I love the setup of this. And I finally just bit the bullet and was like, you know what? And told the comic book lady, like, order me the back issues. And I'm only like 3 in, but I'm really, really enjoying it. So if you want something dark, twisty, and turny that, that's a good series to check out.
Or have a chocolate-covered funnel cake. I don't know. But Hickman, man, he's one heck of a writer, especially when it comes to like historical fiction kind of stuff. I don't know if you've read Jeepers Creepers. The Manhattan Projects, that's another one that it's very like science fiction-y, and it's about like Einstein and all these guys coming up with the atomic bomb, and it's real trippy.
I'll have to check that out.
I can't remember the other people's names, but
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
So, if you can think of anything that we haven't thought of, I know that there are a lot of like Batman historians out there, and you guys just know so much more than we do, fill us in. Tell us where you think the series is going. Tell us anything that you think that we've missed, like clues that might point the way, or what you think of the series. Overall, I've been thrilled. I think this is one of the best, if not the best, DC title I've read in like a year and a half. I'm really, really digging it. So I'm trying to think, is there anything I liked? No, I think this is the best. I was really looking. The button was awesome, but that wasn't quite as ongoing. So, leave us a comment. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you like The Walking Dead, every Monday we do a podcast to discuss the previous day's episode.
Yep.
We'll have another one of those on Monday, and we also podcast about the Walking Dead comic. And if there's any other comic you'd like for us to start hitting on, we read a slew of them, so we'd love to pick up another title.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to have to touch on Doomsday Clock next week.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Comes out.
So, we hope to see you metaphorically again. I'm Justin.
Yeah, I'm JP.
And we'll catch you next time.